Tonight, Kellogg's workers remain on the picket line in Battle Creek. A tentative deal to bring them back to work has been negotiated, but the strike won't be over until workers at that cereal plant and at 3 others around the country take a vote. Two-time Democratic presidential candidate and current Vermont U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders joining those striking workers today, rallying the union in downtown Battle Creek.
Sanders also read a message from President Joe Biden calling Cereal City strikers, quote, the backbone of America. News Channel 3's Maria Serrano is in Battle Creek to recap the high-profile visit.
U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders delivering his 10-minute speech in front of Kellogg corporate headquarters. He's showing solidarity with striking union workers. Sanders told them to keep the faith because enough is enough. On strike for 10 weeks. Kellogg union workers in Battle Creek get some backup from a political heavyweight.
But what this strike is about is sending a message not just to Kellogg's, but to every corporate CEO in this country. You've got to give workers a fair shake.
A fair shake union workers say they aren't getting now. Hundreds showing up with signs fighting for a solution.
We're demanding equality and respect for every soul in our union, because that's what unions do.
Kellogg union workers want equal benefits, equal pay, and for their jobs to stay in Battle Creek. And they say a tentative labor agreement union leaders just reached with Kellogg isn't going to fly with rank and file workers.
All we see is them just changing the board in the chess game.
Bradley Mapes has been on strike and at Kellogg for more than 17 years. He says he's fighting to end the 2-tier pay system that makes him more money but new employees less.
Benefits just aren't there, you know. We're a union and we're supposed to all be treated as equals.
I won't be silenced when our union brothers and sisters, a third of us, make a third less and taking less benefits than what we ourselves take.
Kellogg says its new deal gives workers better pay, bigger pensions, and a faster track to the higher pay tier. In a statement, Kellogg says it's hopeful union workers approve the proposed deal and can return to work at the company's cereal plants after Christmas. But Battle Creek Union's president says workers aren't looking to compromise.
We will stand tall. We will stand strong. We will not stop fighting. We will not give in.
Kellogg says its tentative labor agreement includes a 3% raise, but it keeps the company's 2-tier pay system in place. Union workers plan to vote on whether to accept that deal on Monday.
Time on the clock is 7:37. Between shopping, travel, and family, the holiday season might not be the most wonderful time for some people. And if you are seeking out mental health services to help deal with the holiday stress, experts say that you could be waiting a while. News Channel 3's Amir Austin joins us live from Kalamazoo to tell us what's behind the wait list at mental health offices in our area.
Good morning, Hannah. The director of Child and Family Psychological Services in Kalamazoo says normally they see an increase in a request for services in mid-January. However, this year he says demand for mental health services is spiking right now during the holiday season, and the wait time depends on what type of services you're looking for.
But this year, there is a higher demand than usual during the holiday season. Within Child and Family Psychological Services, certain therapists, some who work with couples, seems like their schedules are really backed up, and those who work with kids are really backed up. But if somebody just is just dealing with anxiety and depression, general stress issues, we usually can get that person in pretty soon.
Beer says there's a shortage of psychiatrists in our area right now, especially those who work with children. He says there are longer wait times, and sometimes they have to refer patients to other practices to be seen. According to the New York Times, nearly 1 in 3 clinicians surveyed in the U.S. say that it could take at least 3 months to get an appointment, or that they have no room for new patients at all. Beer says the COVID-19 pandemic, political divisiveness, and social justice issues is causing a mental strain on families. He says many people are worried about contracting COVID in the current surge or having tough conversations at gatherings with family members who have different views. Now, if you're heading home for the holidays, Beer says it's best to reach out to family ahead of time to try to get on the same page about COVID-19 boundaries or any topics that are off limits at the dinner table. If you are seeking mental health services and you can't get an appointment soon, Beer encourages you to take advantage of online mental health platforms and apps. He says eating healthy, making sure you're getting enough sleep, and exercising can help you with stress during the holidays and beyond.
Indoor sports are just beginning.
Yeah, and this time it's kicking off without the restrictions that were in place this time last year. News Channel 3's Andrew Feather joins us live in Comstock to tell us the concerns experts have and what is being done to prevent the spread at these athletic events. Andrew.
Kalamazoo County's mask mandate lifts today. Now, some school districts have put in their own requirements, but some of those only apply during school hours, not when fans, friends, family, and student athletes gather after school for sporting events. Basketball, hockey, and wrestling, all staples of the winter sports season. Health officials say they also contributed to the spread of COVID-19 last school year. This year, there aren't any state or county requirements that require athletes or spectators to mask up.
We know that they're not being able to distance in the gymnasiums and in the auditoriums. So yes, our recommendation continues to be to mask up. And indoor athletics, the same thing for the athletes as well.
Kalamazoo County Health Officer Jim Rutherford says he worries history could repeat itself this year with a spike in COVID-19 cases. The county's mask mandate for K-6 students and staff expires today. Despite school districts in the county extending their own mask mandates, some schools are dropping mask requirements for sports. A spokesperson for Portage Public Schools says the district is not requiring athletes or spectators to wear masks. Comstock Public School Superintendent Jeff Tana says in his district, high school games have been mask optional, but following today, the district won't require masking at middle school games.
I think people realize that they don't want to go back to those days where we were quarantining classrooms or quarantining large numbers of kids. So we've been able to really contain it with our current policy.
Rutherford says the county's latest guidance allows fully vaccinated students to test out of close contact quarantine for both class and sports. Right now, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services recommends but doesn't require wearing a face mask while participating in indoor sports. An MDHHS spokesperson says the department is reviewing and possibly updating its recommendations and should have more clarity next week. MDHHS data shows that between January and May this year, the department identified more than 400 COVID-19 clusters that led to almost 1,700 cases stemming from K-12 sporting events across the state.